Hey guys, it's Anna Gray, and I wanted to go over some time management tricks that I use to organize my time. I am a full-time Beachbody coach now, but when I started this business, I worked full-time, very long hours. I had a very long commute. And the only way that I could fit in the business was time management and fitting things in. So I'm going to go over with you what always works for me. I've done this and then I've not done it. And when I don't do it, I am not as productive. I get frustrated. I'm not growing in my business. And I tend to be just flying by the seat of my pants. And who wants that, right? Even though that's our human nature, that's my human nature. I am not an organized person, even though like my office looks organized. I'm by nature not an organized person. So I want to go through and share with you what I do to schedule out my month, my day, and my week and my day. First of all, and my year. I first schedule out my year. Okay, I take and I'm going to show you this on that wall there. That is a year calendar. I take that year calendar and I mark off all of the trips that I'm scheduled to take. I do a lot of traveling now with Beachbody, and it's for fun. So it's not like work, the old work trips where I dreaded them. I look forward to putting those on the board because some of them I take with my family, some of them I take on my own. My husband takes trips. It works out really well. So I take the year calendar. I write all the events for the year that are already plugged in. Super Saturdays are already pre-scheduled. Those are plugged in automatically. And this way, my husband and I both can look at a weekend or a day and see if there's a conflict, if we want to schedule something else. So that's to start with. Then I take you can see here, a 60-day calendar. And I mark off what I do every 30-day increment. So I always post something about my coach sneak peek group on a certain date. I always post, last call for my free group. I write all of those dates in my monthly calendar so that I can see it and make sure that I'm on schedule to do that. Like today, I was supposed to open up my challenge group and get it going. So cross that off. If that wasn't there, I would fly by the seat of my pants, and I was really busy today because I just got back from a trip, and I wouldn't have done it. And here we would be at the end of the week and realize I didn't do it, and then I just get behind. I don't hit my goals, etc., etc. So year calendar, 60 days out, because this January is going to look the same as February. I'm going to plan that all out so I know exactly where I'm at. Okay, that's the start. And I am a paper to pencil person, but 90% of my business is built on my phone. So how is that? I carry this thing around, and that's just how it is. I mean, you have your calendar on your phone. You have your to-do list on your phone. You're more than willing or welcome to do that. I've done it many, many times, but I find that I'm not as efficient when I do that. So what I have here is a day planner. I have this new one that came out called Passion Planner. I typically use plannerpads.com because I like the way that it's laid out. What I like about this Passion Planner is that it starts at 6 a.m. and it ends at 10:30 a.m. And that is a typical day in my life. So I have a planner. I would suggest you get a planner that has half an hour increments as early as you can and as late as you can. That's to start with. I also suggest that you use a pencil because things change and you can erase them. Move it on to the next thing. What you're going to also have is a set of highlighters, okay? And there is a meaning for each highlighter, okay? So I have my monthly schedule, my yearly schedule, my monthly schedule. So what I do, and all planners have this, the month ahead. I take my monthly schedule and I write it in my book so that when I take this with me, I know exactly what I'm doing. And there's no question about, oh my gosh, it's on my wall. I forgot what day I'm supposed to do that. So things like my trips are on this schedule. And my promotions for my challenge groups and things like that. Those are all written on the main schedule. Then I take that, so it'd be in the beginning of the, before the month starts, I take those dates and I plug them into the daily, okay? And I just plug them into the top of the daily so that I know exactly, or if it's a time, like if I'm hosting somebody's team call, I will put it on that date and I will write it in that time. Okay, so now I want you to think about setting your work hours. I'm going to give you an example of when I worked full-time and what my work hours were like. I would get up in the morning. I would sometimes work out. Most of the time, I needed my sleep because I would work out at night. So I would get up in the morning, I would drink my coffee, and I would do a little bit of work, like answering emails. And then I would head out the door, and I would be on my commute, driving to work, listening to personal development, or making phone calls, hands-free phone calls. And then when I took a break at work, it was usually around the same time, although not all the time. Lunch was about the same time because I kind of chose my time unless I had meetings. And then a break in the afternoon, and then my commute home and being home with the kids, doing my workout at night, and finishing off with some work, some Beachbody work. Okay, so that was what my day looked like then. So what I want you to do is I want you to take your green highlighter and I want you to plug in what times you are working. So for example, and I'm going to just do this on a page. For example, my example I just shared with you. My work hours were I would leave at 7, I would start at 8, and I would go until 6:30 at night, okay? So you can see I worked my day job from 8 to 6:30 at night, okay? Now, what did I do in the morning? I did Beachbody work. You're going to take your yellow highlighter. If you have a day job, if you are just doing Beachbody, I use green for work because it's money. But I want you to be able to separate the two, and this is a very good visual about where you're spending your time. Okay, so in the morning, I would drink my coffee and answer emails. So from 6:30, and then on my commute, I would listen to personal development, okay? So from 6:30 to 7, I would answer emails. I have my yellow highlighter in there, okay? From 7 to 8, my commute was about 45 minutes. So from 7 to 8, I would listen to personal development. Blue is your me time. Like for me, it's playing hockey. It's my workouts. It's my personal development. It's if I'm going to go take a bath. I went and played in a hockey tournament. It's my hockey tournament time. This is you time, me time, okay? So from 7 to 8, I wrote in my me time, okay? That was, and then when I would get home late at night after the kids were asleep, I would go to my closet and I would put my workout clothes on. So that was about 8:30. So from 8:30 to 9:30, I didn't watch TV because you know what? There's not enough time. From 8:30 to 9:30, that is me time as well, okay? Put that in blue. So I'm bookending the day with me time, right? Okay, so if you have, let's say, you always have family dinner. You come home from work and you have family dinner, no phone, no Beachbody, no nothing, okay? Family time is orange. So in this case, my family time was when I got home at bedtime, which was like between 7:30 and 8:15, because the kids went to bed at 8. I would push it to 8:15 because I didn't see them. So from 7:30 to 8, I was not on the phone. I was not doing Beachbody. I was simply with my family. That is orange time. Okay? So anytime that you have time scheduled with your family, if you've got kids' soccer games, soccer practices, now for me, that's what it is. That is in orange, okay? So we've covered my me time, we've covered family time. Now what about spouse time or significant other or friendship, whatever that is for you? But for me, it's spouse time. Every Friday morning, because I worked Monday through Thursday, 10-hour shifts, Friday morning, I have breakfast with my husband, and I still do. So that's husband time, okay? So from 8, we drop the kids off at school and have breakfast. So from 8 to 9, I'm putting this on Friday, is spouse time. Date night, pink. You need to have pink on your schedule. That's what my point is with this, okay? So now, how do we fit in Beachbody when we've got our day full already? How do we do that? We have to be very strategic about it, okay? So let's just say that, so we've got our little half hour that we've answered messages. I would personally now, looking back at it, those would be the time when I would send out invitations because that's what you really need to get done first. I didn't. I was flying by the seat of my pants sometimes, and I'm just giving you words of wisdom from the future that little half hour should be spent sending your 3 invites. You know, your power of 3, your 3 invites should be done by 7 o'clock in the morning, and you don't have to worry about it. If you have a break from 8 to 8:15, or I'm sorry, from 10 to 10:15 or 10:30, I would put from 10 to 10:30, I would put a little yellow in, right? And then lunchtime, it could be whatever time you have, from 12 to 1 o'clock will be yellow, because why do you need to go hang out with your friends at work when you could be building your business? I'm telling you, totally worth it. And then another break in the afternoon, let's just say from 4 to 4:30. Okay, it used to be called the smoke break. You go out there and smoke, forget that. You go out there and work your business, okay? And then on your way home, you can have phone conversations with, if you've got hands-free, you can have phone conversations with your coaches, or you set up a schedule to talk to, your prospects, to see, talk about coaching or talk about being in a challenge group. So for me, it would be from 7 to 7:45, because my commute was 45 minutes. That would also be work. So see all of that yellow? That's Beachbody work, okay? So now that you have the highlights, and what you're going to do on Sunday night is you're going to fill this in. You know what your day looks like on Monday. You know what your day looks like on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You know if you have a day off, if you have a kid's event to do on one of those nights, that all gets plugged in before the week even starts. This is planning, okay? So now the pencil comes in. It doesn't show up very well, but you know what? I erase things all the time because something comes up. You have to be flexible. So from 7 to 7:30, for me, that was personal development. So I would write in personal development, so I knew exactly what I was doing. Okay. And 6:30 to 7, I said I was answering emails, even though I would say invite, so I'm going to write invite. Okay. So from 10 to 10:30, if we think of the power of 3, we've just sent off our 3 invitations, okay? And most likely your 3 friend requests. That's easy, half an hour, okay? So 10 to 10:30, I would say follow up on your Facebook messages or emails. So I would say email follow-up, okay? Or Facebook follow-up, write that in. From 12 to 12:30. Now this is, you've got an hour lunch typically. Maybe you don't, but typically. Hour lunch. What did I do? I was prospecting. I was finding people, talking to people, sending off messages. So I spent that hour sending messages to people, new messages. Hey, how are you doing? Hope all is well. Happy birthday. Private messages, happy birthday. Checking in with my challenge group. So from 12 to 12:30, messages. From 12:30 to 1, challenge group check-in. Okay? And then I worked. And then I had a break from 4 to 4:30. So what would that entail? Most likely replying to emails that had sent out messages earlier in the day. So reply to emails. And if not, it would be checking with my team page. Doesn't take very long. Okay? And then from 7 to 7:45, like I said, would be phone calls with team. So I would put in whoever I have a call scheduled with. Like I'll put Ashley's name down because she typically ended up on my schedule a lot. So Ashley's name. And then we've got family dinner time in the orange. And let's see, if I was doing max 30, I would put in whatever the workout was. So sweat intervals is that day. And it's actually probably shorter than 8:30 to 9:30. And then husband time, you know, hang out before you go to bed if he's not asleep. And now you can see all of the green is your day job. All of the yellow is your Beachbody work. Your blue is your me time. Your orange is your family time. Your purple is your spouse time. So I can tell you how much time I have put in on my Beachbody day, and I've gotten done everything I need to get done. Now, if you have more time, then you can work on projects, or you can take one of those yellow times and write in your blog post. I'm going to write a blog post during that time, usually between that in that lunch hour, because that's really a good time to sit and think. Eat your darn food in your car. Okay, so I can see half an hour, 15 minutes, so that's an hour, and then an hour at lunch is 2 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes a day. And that doesn't change. That's like not adding anything onto your day. You're still showing up to work. You're not calling in sick. You're not taking away from your family time. And you're not taking away from your me time. And you're not losing your workout. That is how you schedule a productive business. I'm telling you, that's exactly what I did. Now, for someone who's home full time, I will give you what my schedule looks like now. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I work out. So from 6 to 7:30, I am working out. Okay. From 7:30 to 8 o'clock when the kids go to school, that is my orange time. I'm making breakfast, getting them out the door. They're out the door at 8. So from 8 o'clock until I cut myself off at 2. My kids go to school from 8 to 2:50. I cut myself off at 2 in case there's any carryover. But from 8 to 2, I schedule green because that's my work now, right? Kids come home and do their homework. So from 2:30 to 3 o'clock, I'm tracking my home finances. My finances between my business, my home, my husband's business, tracking finances. That's what I do, because if I don't schedule that in, it will not happen. And then I get mad at myself, okay? So from 3 to, it depends on when they finish their homework, so it's probably more like 3:30. And I will also, I'm tracking that, what I'm doing is I'm tracking my finances sitting with the kids while they do their homework. So in case they need help. So from 2:30 to 3:30, that's what I'm doing. Then it's also kid time after that, unless we've got soccer practice. So soccer practice, 5:30 to 7, I write orange in there, but typically what ends up happening is I end up doing some Beachbody work then. So I will put orange and an hour of green in there because I like to be efficient. I can't just sit and do nothing. Okay, and then when I get home, it is husband time because the kids are in bed and we sit and chill out, watch a little bit of TV, and we go to bed on time nowadays. You know what? I sacrificed some time when I worked full time, but guess what? Now I'm home with my family. and I get to enjoy that. So this is what it looks like nowadays. I work out, and on my way to my workout, if I go someplace, I am listening to personal development. That falls in the blue. Breakfast with the kids. This is Beachbody time. Finances and kids' homework. This is soccer practice and Beachbody work. This is spouse time, okay? So what about all of this stuff that's in the green? I have all this time in the green. Now, if I have calls scheduled with coaches or customers, I will plug those in first. So from 10 to 10:30, I'll use Ashley again for example. Ashley from 10 to 10:30, she's in there already, okay? So from 8 to 8:30, what am I going to do? Same thing, I'm going to invite. I'm going to do my power of 3. I'll write in power of 3, okay? I'm going to go back and look at what some of the things that I put in here during that work time, because that is what I've been doing. Okay, so I will also say, let's see, IG and Instagram, prospecting. Anything that has to do with meeting new people, I do first on the list, okay? After I'm done with that, then I do follow-up. So then I'll write in follow-up email, Facebook messages, and then I will say check in on team page. Oh, and there's my call with Ashley. And then after that, I'm going to check in with my challenge group, right? And then I'm going to shoot a video. And then I'm going to, let's see. I have little projects that I post in the team page. So I'll, whatever that may be, team cup posts. I'll post that so I don't forget to do it. And I just keep going down the line. So you can see here, I've written in everything I need to do with my Beachbody business today. And then I cross that stuff off during the day. If I change that or my calls get changed, I can erase it and plug something else in there. But if I do not have this listed, chances are it won't happen. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers everything. And I would love to hear back how you did it and how this is working for you. Okay? I wish you the best of luck.